Discover your wellspring of abundance, the full moon transit report. So in the early hours of this morning, Thursday, the 2nd of April, the full moon in the earth, we're in Libra, illuminating human design gate 48.4, conjunct the dwarf planet Makemake in gate 48.3, while the sun was in its complementary gate 21.4. Gate 48 in human design represents wisdom and depth. In the I-Ching, it's called the well. And in the gene keys, it moves from the shadow frequency of inadequacy into the gift frequency of resourcefulness, into the siddhi of wisdom. So in its most wounded frequency, the archetype of gate 48 holds one of our most deep-seated human fears, that we are inherently inadequate in some way, which creates an inner voice that says, I am not enough. The key to moving beyond this shadow frequency of inadequacy is trust, acknowledging the fear and simultaneously choosing to let it go and to trust life anyway. Being located in the Splenic Centre, fears arising here can quickly dissipate when we choose to take even one small step towards overcoming them. Gate 48's optimal frequency holds a deep well of information, data, and resourcefulness. And every time a bucket is brought to the surface from the depths of this well, it contains exactly what is needed for that particular situation at the right time. In this way, choosing to embrace the frequency of fear through surrender and trust eventually opens us into a more embodied and stable state of having a trust in life itself. This self-fulfilling process therefore reinforces a sense of inner security through the active repetition into self-mastery. So we can see here that our best resources in this archetype are held in our inherent gifts contained deep within our DNA. And this resourcefulness frees a huge wave of creativity, providing sophisticated solutions to all kinds of questions, challenges, and issues. As we surrender and begin to trust life and our own valuable place within the weave of this world, our inherent gifts and talents will naturally blossom. Gradually begin to realize that we are much more capable than we have ever dreamed possible, and this brings us a sense of deep and profound inner fulfillment. During this transit, the sun was in gate 21, and the archetype of gate 21 is located in the will or the communal heart center, and is responsible for the regulation and control of resources, money, and material objects, and is often called the treasurer. In its optimal frequency, gate 21 is a leadership energy of self-regulation, which gives us the wisdom and authority of how and when to manage money, resources, and personal territory to create more sustainability, prosperity, and abundance for ourselves and for those we serve. In the shadow state of this energy, people who have this definition are either too weak, too submissive, or unassertive to take control of their own life and their resources. Or alternatively, they might have an acute, deep-seated need to dominate and control everything and everyone. The dwarf planet Makemake is sitting conjunct the full moon in gate 48 during this transit. And Makemake is the creator god of Rapa Nui, which is also called Easter Island. Maki can represent damage done to the culture and environment from assuming that first world capitalist values are superior to a more balanced, integrated and sustainable way of life, working in harmony with our earth, which has always been the way of Indigenous peoples. Therefore, Maki, conjunct the full moon in Libra, may specifically bring to our awareness any unresolved issues and misalignments, both personal and collective, regarding our fears of inadequacy around money and resources from only following first world values. And this has possibly been creating imbalanced states of lack, limitation, feeling unregulated, out of control, and ultimately being unable to access the sustainable wellspring of our own true wealth, abundance, and prosperity. So here are some questions for self-reflection during this full moon transit. Number 1, where can you find your ever-present resource that you can draw from? Number 2, how can you line your well and maintain its structure to ensure a steady flow of pure water? Number 3, what spiritual tools can you practice to find the inner truth of your current situation? And number 4, are you willing to surrender and trust that life is for you? So I'm sending you so much love and blessings during this full moon in Libra as we take a deep dive into our own inner wellspring to discover the overflowing source of abundance within. Thank you.